Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about palettes I almost bought in 2020 but didn't. Gonna go through, I'm gonna try to post pictures of each one so that you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, first off is the Be Perfect and Stacey Marie Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette. I have been watching these palettes come out every year, one after another, and I keep thinking, oh, this is so pretty. I really want this. So this year I said this is going to be the year that I finally get one of these. This palette was $36.95, and I think that's a fair price for how big this palette is. So I said, okay, gonna do it this year. So you had to sign up for an email notification, and then you were supposed to get a link from that to get to the palette, because otherwise they thought they would be overwhelmed and they wouldn't be able to fulfill all the orders. So I signed up for the email, and the launch day came, and something went wrong with the website. It crashed, or it got overloaded with too many people all on at once, and I couldn't even get on there. And even though that happened, I said to myself, okay, I was really, really disappointed because I wanted that palette so bad. I said, this is going to be the year that I finally try Be Perfect. And that color story, you know, like every color, really appeals to me. I'm not crazy about big palettes, but I don't have like a hard and fast rule that I'm not going to buy big palettes. If I think something might be good, then I will buy a big palette. I just don't want to buy all the big palettes. So anyways, I wasn't able to get it on launch day, and I thought, well, you know, maybe when they do the restock, I can get it. And it is actually still available right now. As a matter of fact, you can even get palettes from previous years because they switch it up and change it every year. So I thought about it, and ultimately I decided not to get it at all. And the reason why is I had a similar experience once with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Conspiracy Palette, where I was not able to get that on launch day. And that was even worse because I was actually on the website for hours waiting in line and trying to get it. And so I spent like hours of my time trying to get it and then couldn't. Well, when the restock came, I got it, but it left such a bad taste in my mouth that I went through so much trying to get it that I barely ever touched the palette. And it's a beautiful palette. The quality is there. There's some interesting colors in it, but I never reach for it because I associate it with how angry and frustrated I was that day trying to get it. So I thought, no, we're not going to do that this time, because the same thing's going to happen. Every time I pick up that palette, it's going to get me all riled up all over again. So I said, nope, not getting it. So that's why I didn't. The next thing I have on my list is Mitchell came out with his own brand this year, and he released two big palettes, and the Head in the Clouds one is the one that I wanted the most out of the two. And I said to myself, okay, this is really beautiful, and I like the way he puts things together, and he's launching his own brand, so it's probably going to be well tested and good, because you really want those first products you release to be good, because otherwise nobody's ever going to order anything from you in the future. So I said, okay, I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna get this palette. So I went on the website and I looked at all the information, and I was trying to find out about international shipping because he's in the UK, I'm in the United States, and I want to know how much it's going to cost to send me this palette. I could not find any information on the website about international shipping. There was no number there that was going to tell me how much it was going to be. And I was going to get it anyway, and I was like, well, how much could it be? And then I started thinking about international shipping costs and what they can cost sometimes. And I thought, no, I better wait. I better wait. So I ended up trying to just find the information like on the internet in general, since it wasn't available on the website. And I found a video that a girl did on YouTube. And the name of the video, I think, was I paid $80 for a Mama Mitchell palette. And then she put like a question mark and an exclamation point. I have since tried to find this video. I think she took it down because I cannot find any trace of this video anymore. But she was in the United States and she ordered the palette, and she had like the same attitude that I did. Well, how much could it be? She ordered it and was horrified that she paid $80 for this palette from a brand that we really don't know at this point if it's going to be any good. So once I found that out, I was like, no way in hell am I going to pay $80 for an eyeshadow palette. That's just no. Because remember in my last video, I think it was my last video, I was talking about how I really want to try Natasha Denona's eyeshadow formula, but the palettes that I was looking at were $65, and that's better than her palettes used to be like $129. Now they're $65 because I think they're a little bit smaller now. And so if I'm not going to pay $65 for an established brand like Natasha Denona, I sure as hell am not going to pay $80 for Mama Mitchell. So yeah, that's too much. Too rich for my blood. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is the Beauty Bay and Nikki Tutorials collab. I like Nikki. Nikki is one of the few people that I've been subscribed to for a very long time, and I'm still subscribed because a lot of people that used to be on YouTube in the beginning, they're not on anymore, or they've turned their channel into something completely different, like more of a lifestyle channel, or they make and post videos like once every 3 months or something like that. I like constant content to keep me interested. So anyways, when I heard that she did a collab with Beauty Bay, I was like, oh, well, I've been kind of interested in ordering from Beauty Bay anyway, so maybe I'll get that. But ultimately, when I placed my order from Beauty Bay, which, by the way, is moving along very quickly through the chain, I've been so impressed with how fast this package is moving all the way from the United Kingdom. This was not my experience in the past when I've ordered from another company from England. Anyway, when it came time to place my order from Beauty Bay, I decided I was going to get 2 eyeshadow palettes and 3 lipsticks because Beauty Bay's house brand is very affordable. And I looked at Nikki's palette, and I looked at the other ones I was interested in, and I was like, I'm sorry, Nikki, but it wasn't my favorite color story of what I could have gotten. The Beauty Bay's house brand has tons of palettes available to choose from, and it just wasn't my favorite. So I decided to just go with what I knew that I would love more, and you'll be seeing what I bought probably pretty soon, because the palette is in my country now, but it still has to come from the point that it arrived. It passed through customs and everything. So it still has to go from point A to point B to get to me, you know, because customs is in New York. Well, when you're on the Eastern Seaboard, customs would be in New York. I think if you're on the West Coast, it comes into California. But anyways, you should be seeing that maybe in another week or 2, something like that. So it's not taking long at all. So that's why I didn't get that. It's probably a good palette, and I love Nikki, but it's just not my favorite color story. Okay, next up is Collidos Escape Pod. I saw that and I said, oh my God, that's beautiful. I want it. Why didn't I order it? Because I bought Collidos makeup the beginning of 2020. I got an eyeshadow palette, I got a face highlighter, and I got a liquid lipstick. I think that's it. Yeah. And I love their products. No no problems there. Their stuff is great. I love the way they put colors together. The formulas are great. No complaints at all. My issue with Kaleidos was it took over a month for me to get my package. And I was really, really upset. And I am not a patient person. When I order something, I want it to come as soon as possible. And so I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. I'll never order from them again. Well, ultimately, the people that own the company and the people that work there, I was like emailing them back and forth. They refunded my money because they knew how upset I was, and they still sent me the stuff anyway, which was great. But I didn't want to order from them again because I didn't want to wait over a month for my package. Well, fast forward to today. I read about, when was it? Maybe 3 weeks ago or so, right around there. I had seen something somewhere where they said they changed their shipping partner because of what I just said. You know, people didn't want to wait that long for their packages. So, but when the Escape Pod came out, I was of the mindset, I'm never ordering from them again. But now that some time has gone by, of course, they've released more products, and so I would order from them again. And I probably will. In 2021, I probably will. Or if not sooner. But it probably won't be the Escape Pod because the Lunar Lavender palette, ooh, that is a beauty. So I probably, if I was going to order it, I would get that. But the Escape Pod is gorgeous. So I don't know. Maybe at some point I would get that too. I don't know. But that's why I didn't get the Escape Pod in 2020 anyways. Okay, next is the Melt and Beetlejuice Holiday Collection. I bought the Melt Cosmetics Holiday Collection last year, and I loved it. And I loved everything about it. The colors, the quality, the design of the palettes. So all year long, I kept talking myself out of all the Melt palettes that came out because Melt is expensive. So I said, no, I'm going to wait and I'm going to get the holiday collection. And then they released the information for the collection. And I was like, well, the colors are pretty. But you know what put me off that? The fact that it was a Beetlejuice collab. I don't like it when brands do collabs with movies, TV shows, that sort of thing, except the only exception to that rule is right there. Because I love this little guy so much. Grogu. The Mandalorian is my all-time favorite TV show. Tonight is the season finale. I can't wait. Don't you dare leave anything in the comments to spoil it for me or anybody else, because you might have already watched it. I have to wait till my husband gets home from work to watch it so we can watch it together because he loves the show as much as I do. But yeah, I don't like it when they do collabs with movies and TV shows and things like that. To me, it like cheapens the brand in some way. See, it's different with ColourPop because ColourPop is at a different price point, but Melt Cosmetics is expensive, and I expect more from them than to just slap Beetlejuice imagery on a palette and call it a day for their holiday collection. Last year, their holiday collection was spectacular, and I love the theme and the message behind it. There was like a card thing that came with the palette, I think, that explained the story behind it, and the artwork was just beautiful. The colors, Oh, I was so impressed. So I was really let down that that was the collection this year. So I was like, no, not going to buy it. So that is it. Those are the palettes that I almost or thought about buying this year, but that is why I didn't ultimately get them in the end. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys, thanks for watching.